I actually did not think that we would hear from her, given the fact that it was a very similar. If you were up late in 2016, it was very similar to that. He gives a speech, and then you have Clinton giving a speech the next day. So I was not that surprised, although that was criticized in some sectors that she should have called and made a brief announcement conceding the election, and so he could have his election victory that night. There's a lot of factors that maybe go into that, and we don't know if she called or not, but we do know that she released her crowd at her gathering. One of the things, though, that I kind of saw in that is that they were looking at this, even though that they hadn't had an official call of victory. They were looking at the map, and they were looking at the math of the map, and knowing that there was very little possibility of her being able to pull out a victory. So I think that she and her advisors are regrouping, and we'll see what they say and how they frame that speech today.
When you look at how the electoral votes have kind of stacked up here for Donald Trump, how does it kind of compare to what we saw in 2020? Anything that kind of stood out to you as those results started coming in?
Well, what Trump did is that he outperformed his margins in a lot of these swing states. And so what he was able to accomplish in 2024 was really a much stronger position in some of these areas that he maybe underperformed in. You look at somewhere like Georgia, performing way better in 2024 than 2020, and he barely lost in 2020. Again, in Pennsylvania, the same thing. Now, what remains to be seen is how does this map all kind of materialize. And you have some states like Nevada. If he wins Nevada, that would be just a pure flip, because that went for Democrats in 2016 and 2020. So again, there's kind of more to be seen here, but it's really a map about margins and outperformance. On the Harris side, what you saw was an inability to put together the Biden coalition.